I worked on a story about the Afghan refugee camp being set up inside JFK Airport. The way it came about was the night before the assignment, at around 11 o'clock at night, a tweet went out from a lawyer who said that, he wasn't expecting to have to get on this team to, put together resources for Afghan refugees at JFK, but that's what he was going to have to do. When we saw that tweet, we figured there must be some kind of refugee processing center or camp being put together. My editor assigned me to go find a camp, if there was one being put together, and report on it. Knowing what I know about JFK Airport, I knew that it wasn't going to be anywhere near the passenger terminals. It wasn't going to be near the arrivals or departures. I knew that area, and I knew that getting around inside that area can be a little tough, especially when you're driving around in your car with your press plates. So I took my motorcycle. Just easier to weave around and scope everything out when you're on a bike. Whenever you're trying to find something, like for instance, JFK's cargo area, there's a lot of gates, there's a lot of fences. So if you're in an automobile, in situations like this, where you have to find something, that maybe the people in charge of the area don't want you to really be in that area. A car is easy to stop. All you have to have is a gate, an arm down, or like basically anything to block a chain in between two poles across a road, and that's it. You're not going any further in the car. Whereas on the motorcycle, you can just drive right around it and keep going. And it's also easy to see. You're a bit higher. There's nothing obstructing your view. You can basically look over fences and look around buildings. So that's why I decided that morning that taking the motorcycle was the way to go. And I found the building. The way I was able to zero in on it was I saw a Homeland Security mobile communications center, and as well as like a bunch of Port Authority cops and other resources, New York City agencies, all kind of clustered together in front of this one freight warehouse. The first person I spoke to was one of the gentlemen who works for our Homeland Security. And I didn't even have my press pass on yet. I literally jumped off the motorcycle, walked over to him, pointed to the ground, and I said, "Is this the spot for the Afghan refugees?" That was this, and he just nodded, "Yep, you're in the right spot." I said, "All right, thank you." Turned around and walked back over and got my press pass and my pad and walked back over and started asking things officially on the record. I figured once they started seeing a lot of press cars pull up, a lot of news vans pull up, they were going to make it so that you couldn't get into the area. So we kind of kept a low profile at first. Once my photographer got there, I went in and I started talking to the Port Authority cops, who are just the best. As long as you follow the rules, they are the best to deal with. And they were able to basically tell me the parameters, tell me they understood that I had a job to do too. So it was a good situation. And we were able to actually establish where it was, that it was being put together, and see what resources they were putting in place